I've been playing Star Trek Online for almost 15 years, probably over 15 if you count the beta, and I never thought I would get the chance to actually say this aloud. Guys, we are getting a playable version of the Typhoon class, and it's a free event reward. Yes, you heard me right. We are getting a playable Typhoon class. Here it is. Not only are we getting a playable Typhoon, but it is getting a full revamp. This is something the fan base has been asking for since the game's inception, honestly. The Typhoon class has been around since the game's launch. It was always used as a sort of an NPC dreadnought for the Federation faction, but it was always only ever released as an NPC. You could see it, fighting alongside you in certain missions, but there was never a playable version. At least until now. I don't really know why this was never released as a playable version, at least not in the early days. I feel like they could have back in the day, but as time went on, I feel like the big holdup for not wanting to make this into a playable ship is because, well, it looked like this. This model did not age well. It is very blocky, very basic, very ugh. I was never a huge fan of the ship, which is why I was never really one of the people who was always campaigning for it to be made into a playable ship. I was perfectly comfortable letting this ship die, and seeing the revamp now, I'm really glad it didn't, because this is a nice looking ship. I'm into this. Now, we don't have stats yet. All we know is that it is going to be a temporal battlecruiser, because it's in the name, which I do like, because I do like battlecruisers and I do like temporal ships, but at the same time, that does make me a little miffed, because that is what the premonition should have been. Yes, I'm still on about this. But anyway, Typhoon temporal battlecruiser, I imagine this is going to be really cool, as long as it's a 5.3 and not a 4.4. But then again, this is going to be a free ship, so I guess I can't be too choosy, because that is another thing with this thing. We know that it is going to be a reward for the next big event coming to Star Trek Online, which is going to be called Dimensional Typhoon. That'll be starting on PC on September 17th and running through October 17th. Console, they'll be getting this at a later date, which has yet to be announced. This event is going to coincide with the release of a new TFO and 2 new patrols. Those are going to be Royal Flush for the TFO, and the 2 patrols are going to be Out of Control and Unwanted Guests. And here you can see another picture of the revamped Typhoon. This is a really pretty ship. They really did a great job on remodeling this thing into, something appropriate for the current state of the game. And yeah, I'm actually pretty hyped for this. Like I said, I'm not someone who was ever all gung-ho about the Typhoon being made into a playable ship, but seeing it now, I dig it. Anyway, moving on. The rest of the event, Dimensional Typhoon, it is going to reward the Typhoon class. It is also going to reward a 6-pack of Undiscovered Country lockbox weapons. So those are going to be pulse phasers. You'll be able to select between beam arrays, dual beam banks, cannons, dual heavy cannons, and turrets. Of course, no Omni Beam, because that would just be too nice. But yeah, you're going to be able to get pulse phasers for the event, which are nice. Pulse phasers are definitely one of my favorites in terms of phaser variety. They have a really nice proc on them, which has a 2.5% chance to increase your own damage resistance while decreasing your enemy's damage resistance. So they're kind of a nice debuffy / tanking option for phasers. They will be account bound, so you won't be able to sell them because they are event rewards. Speaking of the event is going to consist of multiple Borg TFOs, including the new one, Royal Flush, as well as the Battle Wolf 359 and Resistance of Starbase 1, as well as the 2 new patrols. So participate in any of these when the event starts, and you'll be able to work through progress in order to earn the new T6 Typhoon temporal battlecruiser, as well as the 6-pack of pulse phaser weapons. Because I know people are going to ask, this is not going to be part of the event campaign. This is a new event featuring a new TFO, so that means this is not going to be part of the event campaign. Event campaign TFO events are always rerun events. They always consist of past TFOs that have been out for at least a good while now. So with this new event starting up next week, then running into the middle of October, right after that, we'll probably be getting the Halloween event, which, obviously it'll have a Red Alert event in between there. So yeah, probably the Halloween event next, and then after that will probably be the last part of the event campaign for PC, and then that'll probably take us into the winter event, and then there'll probably be another small event in between the winter event and the anniversary event. I don't really remember. Yeah, speaking of the anniversary event, that kind of takes us to some of the news that was talked about yesterday, because Star Trek Online did release this blog yesterday. I didn't have time to make a video on it, and they said they'd be releasing more information the following day, so I figured, all right, I'll just cover it all in this video today. But yeah, in this blog, they did state that, you know, they were teasing a new TFO and 2 new patrols, as well as a new T6 ship, which I'm guessing, you know, that's all this stuff right here. But they also did state in this blog that there is not going to be a new episode for this year. Because normally with this sort of release, there would be a new episode to coincide with the new TFO and probably the new patrols as well. But yeah, there's, with everything going on at Star Trek Online, you know, all the stuff that's transferring over from Cryptic over to Deca, trading all the new Deca people and stuff like that, there just hasn't been time for them to make a whole new episode with all that going on involved. Because they probably could have done it, but it wouldn't have been that good. And, you know, over the past several years, Star Trek Online has really wanted to make a point about doing quality over quantity, which is why we've gotten so few episodes over the course of the years, you know, as we've gotten through the past several years. Like, ever since, like, Age of Discovery, the episode count per year has been getting kind of lower and lower. So I guess this is kind of a symptom of that, but this is kind of a unique circumstance right here, given, you know, all the craziness going on with Star Trek Online right now. But they did confirm that work on the next new episode for the anniversary event, that is underway. So that's where they're focusing their effort right now. They didn't want to just kind of half-ass an episode for this release right now and then kind of rush to get what they wanted for the anniversary episode. They just decided to just put full effort into the anniversary episode, which I think is a smart thing, because the anniversary episodes, those are kind of a special thing. Those are the yearly things. They always try to go kind of big for those. We saw, I remember during the 10th anniversary episode, they went huge for that, and ever since then they tend to go kind of big for the anniversary episodes. So I'm happy to hear that they're focusing as much effort as they can on that. And yeah, it is disappointing we're not getting an episode right now, but I imagine once the new episode comes in during the anniversary event, which should be around February, I imagine we'll just be like, you know what, yeah, this was a good call. I'm glad they just put all their effort into this. Well, maybe not everyone. There's always someone in the crowd who's like, no, give it to me now, damn it. But no one's gonna listen to them. But yeah, that wraps up everything for today. Hopefully we'll get stats on the T6 Typhoon soon. But yeah, God, that is still so crazy to think about. Like, almost 15 years players have been waiting for a playable version of this ship, and it is finally happening, and it's kind of crazy. It's honestly, it's kind of funny too, because like we just got the Heritage Starship bundle, which was just a whole bundle focused around nostalgia around older Star Trek games, and now we're getting another T6 ship that is focused around Star Trek Online's own nostalgia, which I like the symmetry there. So yeah, T6 Typhoon. Let me know what you guys think down below. I know there's really not much to say beyond just, oh, it looks kind of neat, because we don't really have any idea on its stats or whatever. But I mean, the fact that it's a free event, World War II, that's kind of astonishing too. This is a really nice thing to do. So yeah, I'm rambling. Let me know what you think down below in the comments about all this. And while you're down there, be sure to like and subscribe and hit that bell for notifications. If you'd like to further support the channel, you can hit that join button to become a member, or you can find the link to the merch store down below. Or if you're ever shopping on the Epic Game Store, be sure to use my content creator code STU1701. Any of those really help me out, and I really do appreciate it. Either way though, thank you so much for watching. My name's Stu, and I will see you guys next time.